Thank you so much for watching these videos. My name is Kamia Simon Peter, and let's proceed. Alright, so first of all, I want to thank everyone who has been subscribing and following our videos. That is very good. We managed to hit 500 subscribers. Okay, so apart from Mr. Andrew Sechimuli, I want to do more shout outs to those people who have donated to our channel. So you can donate through the website, or through Sendwave, or through Bata if you're in Nigeria, or Flutterwave. So thanks for the donations. Thanks Mr. Samuel. Thank you so much Mr. Maxwell. Thank you Taji Easy for the donations. Thank you Douglas Chimani. Thank you Panda. And your donations have been used well to support more developers. Thank you so much for the donations, guys, and please continue supporting our channel, and we'll continue improving and doing more research on our videos in the different items in programming, 3D animation, among others. Previously, our website, this is what it is. Okay, you cannot log in or go to or register or go to anything else, and that is okay for the moment. But now we want to improve it, and the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure that we can go to the MTN API playlist, and then we select a video that we want to play. So first things first, what we're going to do, I'll go ahead, okay, and I create one window called the playlist window. All right, so I'll go to the welcome. The first thing I want to do to the welcome, I want to route, okay, to that particular item. So I'll change some things here. All right, so we're going to go to the playlist window, and we have view playlist, but the one we have is in the principal. Okay, so we have playlist, and then we shall have the videos now, the video in the playlist. All right, so first things first, I'll make a route that goes to the playlist here. Okay, just a basic normal route. So I'm going to go to web, and then I route, okay, to MTN API at vid playlist. All right, so if I come back and refresh here, then I click to the MTN API. Okay, I need to go and make sure that it's not routing to the hash, so I'll get my route here and then change the URL up here on the welcome page, so that it does a URL that goes to this actual page, to the MTN route. So I've saved already, so I'll refresh again. In fact, I'll go back, refresh again, and then click to go to the MTN API. Okay, so I've changed it onto something else. Sorry for that. I meant it to be there on the MTN API. So I'll refresh, and then when I click the MTN API, we'll go to that page. All right, so this page, I designed it using Bootstrap, and it simply begins with some media here. Okay, so when you go to Bootstrap and then you type, you look for utilities. Under utilities, there is embedded. Okay, so we have this, the iframe, and it's what we are simply using here. If I go back to my other page, the video list page. All right, the only thing I want to display here is the video list. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy all this, and then I'll create a new item here. So this is going, then I create a new file, which is going to be playing video.blade.php. Okay, then I paste that code there. Now I'm naming them this way. I'm naming them this way so that we easily understand, but the naming convention may be done by you. Alright, so one of the things I'm going to do here, I want to remove this other side, okay, so that I can display the playlists here in thumbnails or in a list style. Maybe I'll display something here different. So I'm going to remove this so that it stays empty, so that I have the playlist here. I'll find a way of dealing with this. Maybe I can put downloadables at this moment so that you can download the whole playlist. It's okay, so let me go ahead and then I remove this with the iframe. So one thing I want when the user clicks the MTN API, they go to that ID. So I'll be submitting the ID of that API. So let me go and look into my phpMyAdmin, and then I want to change my first item in the playlists table, okay, and then I make it okay. So is in the playlist table, I'm just going to rename, for example, let me edit so that ID1 is the MTN API. Okay, so inside the MTN API I found I'll put one for Rwanda and then another, so, or even languages, French or English, something of the sort. Alright, so now we want to display our lists here. Alright, so I want the moment someone clicks on the MTN API, okay, here they go to the list that has that ID of the MTN API. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go to welcome, and then we want this to submit the ID, okay? We want this to submit the ID. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a comma, and then what do we need? We need the ID of the item that is going to be submitted. So it will be ID1. Great. So, but in other ways, you know how to get an ID anonymously. Alright, so we're going to go to web, and then we do stroke, okay? So the API, and then we are submitting ID. Great. So which means now if I come back here and refresh, and then I click on the MTN API, should be looking for the MTN API ID1. Now there is missing a stroke, so we have an error, page not found, because I put the comma in a wrong position. Alright, so I just need to come back and then put the comma in the right position. So this will be, okay, a comma and then the ID number. Then I save. Okay, so if I come back and refresh, okay, so let me go back, refresh, and then click, it takes us to that same page. How does it take us to that same page? It's because in the router here, okay, it routes to vid playlist controller and at vid playlist. So if I go to the vid playlist controller, let me hope I can find it. Vid playlist controller, you can see I'm only receiving and returning nothing. So here I want to receive the ID, so $ID, and that's what I'm going to equate. So the first I need to use app videos. So instead I need to also add app vid playlist or app playlist. So I'll choose to use app playlist. So use app stroke playlist. Use app playlist. Okay, so app playlist is just going to return the playlist that we're looking for. How? So we're going to say $playlist. $playlist is equal to playlist, now the model that we're trying to tap into, and then find. Some people do find or fail, so find $ID and then terminate. All right, so I'm going to do a die dump to see if we actually find that particular ID, from the playlist. So I'm going to do a dd and then dollar playlist. Okay, and then I terminate that, and then we double check. So if I refresh, you can see we are already getting, if I go to attribute, you can see our first item is the MTN API, which is ID1. So which means if I was submitting ID2, it would be video, something of the sort. So which means we're getting everything that we need. Great. So we need to display that that playlist and all the videos that belong to that playlist that has been submitted, which is very simple, and then someone can click on that video. So one thing we're going to do, we're going to say that vids is equal to, now we're going to look into videos, okay, and then we colon, and then we say, okay, what do we need to do? We need to get all the videos where, okay, where now, what is it, where the playlist. So if I go back to my item here, and then I look into videos, okay, we have a field called playlists. So we're going to get all videos where playlist is equal to 1, and I have 2 videos here, okay. So where playlist is compared with the ID that is being submitted. Great. So we do have that, and we can even do a die dump, but let's not do that. So I'm going to do a comma here, and then I compact. Okay, I'm doing a comma, and then I compact. What am I compacting? I'm compacting 2 things. I'm compacting 1, the playlist that has been found, because I may need to pick its title, and then I'm also compacting now vids. Okay, great. So I can I've already terminated now, which means this one, it's bringing it back to vid playlist. Okay, so I need to go to this vid playlist, okay, and then I change a few things. So I'm going to do a for each statement. First of all, I may choose to display the name of the playlist up here. That will depend on whatever you want, but it's very good so that someone knows which playlist they're looking into. All right, so under this row, let me just do a simple div, and then inside that div I put an h1 tag. Okay, and inside the h1 tag I just want to find that particular ID. So the particular ID was $playlist. Okay, and then what are we looking for? We are looking for the playlist. I'm supposed to be typing title. So if I come back here and then I refresh, okay, this is what we get. You can see that we have our playlist now. All right, so the rest of the styling, I'm not going to do it right now. Let's go now to displaying our playlist. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so what we need is a for each statement, for each. Okay, remember it's $vids, and then you point as $video. Okay, so and then we're supposed to terminate the for each. So at end for each. That is great. So what do we need to do now? We need to get all the videos here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a video. Okay, and then I find everything which is the title. of that video. Now there are certain things that I'm going to talk about again, which is called relationship. I could even find all the videos that belong to that playlist using relationships, and that I will talk about it in another video. Okay, so if I come back and refresh, all right, so there's one thing I've not done. I've not put them in Blade, and that's the issue here. So I just need to get this and then Bladeify it. So when I save and then I refresh, you can see we have our two playlists. All right, so we want to watch the video that belongs to this particular playlist, and let's find that in our next video.